The use of media technologies in construction and research planning and evaluation in our projects was helpful because it made our overall final products the most successful that they could be. We done this through firstly using our camera. Our camera was a Canon DSLR 650D. I took the role of the cinematographer, which controlled like lighting, where people stood, etc. And the camera helped as the quality was good, and therefore it made us achieve the best sort of shots that we could out of it. Our previous experience, though, through our prelim, our and our thriller openings last year was helpful as we knew how to set up the cameras as well, which actually we struggled with the first year. We couldn't get it on the tripod. Also, it meant that our shots and framing was better as well, because last year we had it out of focus, and we just had to convince, like in post-production when we were evaluating it, that was meant for it to happen, but really it just was really out of focus and we didn't know how to put it back in. We also used Final Cut Pro to edit our final product of our music video, but we also used it in order to get audience research and feedback, and to make our animatic when we were preparing for our music video. We used Final Cut Pro last year, but our experience with it last year meant that we were a lot better, and it helped us make really key improvements in our final product, and therefore we could use different things like changing the angles of it. So we focused in on Aaron when there was a lot of shots of the two of them in there, and also we put like the coloured backgrounds that came down on it, and it just made it fit the conventions of a rap music video a bit better. Also, it enabled us to cut really quickly, so we'd filmed really long like shots of Aaron and Sems doing the rap into the camera, so it flowed, and that we got the best rapping that they could do when we were lip syncing it. But it also meant that the cuts were really long, and therefore it didn't fit the quick, fast pacedness of rap videos that we've seen on YouTube. We also used it so that we had different like transitions, so that it just wasn't the same and didn't just flow on forever, which was just really unconformist to what a UK rap music video would be like. We also used Photoshop, and this was a key part of our print products. We used it especially for editing the front of our digipack. It really helped when we wanted to use the key factor of implementing the graffiti onto the background. The background initially in our digipack had "Sorry I'm Tired of Waiting" on it, and it was like near the South Bank. And we all decided to take the picture because we thought if we used Adobe Photoshop, we could take that out and put what we wanted on the back. And I feel like it looked really good in what we done, but Photoshop was a key part that helped us. And it was also, we learnt that from last year as well when we were doing our licked production sign, as we really struggled with it, but we searched up and got help onto how to make it that look the best that we can, and I feel like it looked a lot more professional this year than it did last year. We also used YouTube. This was a big part of our pre-production and our post-production. In pre-production, we analysed how the key conventions of the music videos and how to film the style of rap music that we wanted, and how to get our characters to convey what we wanted on the camera. We also used as a platform in order for consumption for our target audience. So we used it because we believed like it was the platform that the most people of the age and target genre that we wanted would be able to receive it, because it's free, and it also meant that we could implement a video on it instead of somewhere like iTunes where you have to pay one, or SoundCloud and Spotify where you can't see a music video on it. Also, the implementing of YouTube onto Blogger meant that we could use different forms of social media platforms onto other different forms of social media platforms. So it was really good in linking it together. Not only this, but we used Blogger for pre-production, as it was a lot of what we put our audience research on, and the generic conventions of music videos. We put a lot of this onto our Blogger, but we also used it as a platform for audience feedback. So we put all our, basically everything to do with our audience research and the conventions and building up what we believed would be the best music video was conducted on Blogger. But we also used it as a platform in order to gain what we needed to change in order to make our music video the most successful that it could, fitting the style and genre of the film, of the music that we were basing ours on. So we asked Miss and we asked Felicity and we asked a lot of people outside of our class opinions on, say, our final draft of our music video and what we could change in order to make that better, in which we were told about increasing the pace and stuff to make it fit that the general characteristics of what a rap video is. But we also used it in order to help us with like the background and stuff like that, and what people preferred, i.e. what graffiti they preferred on there. So yeah, Blogger was the biggest part of our media technologies, as it gave us a real basis and ensured that we could see our thing right from the beginning to the end. It just gave us that platform in order to do so. We also used Blogger to put our final post on, so people could view it also not only on YouTube but on our Blogger, and it meant that we could analyse this and see what we done well and what we could improve on.